All right, I am live. Hello, everyone. Beautiful day here in the Washington, D.C. area. Currently in Maryland, and I am about to walk into the District of Columbia, just taking a nice walk. Thinking I'm going to show you guys these two large dwarf palmettos that I saw, and Yucca rostrata that's in the same yard. And yeah, just take a nice walk, show you guys those cool plants that I just discovered, and yeah, enjoy the gardens along the way. And now Yucca rostrata obviously are not incredibly rare here, but they're very exotic looking, and I really love them. They're hardier to far colder areas than DC, so it's a breeze for them to make it through the winter here, and as such they're not really that rare. I mean, they're not so common in gardens, but they're very commonly publicly planted in public gardens. I'm saying they're not as common in private gardens, but they're still actually pretty common. So yeah, I'm not saying that's something amazing find, but I saw it and I walked down the street and I thought that was cool, and I checked it out, and it turns out, what do you know, it was there were two Sabal minor there also, so that's where I'm walking right now. Southwest Ireland rainforest. Hey, great seeing you. What time is it there? Is it let me guess, is it 8:18? Is that right? Anyways, yeah, thanks for joining in here. Sorry if it's a bit late your time, but I really appreciate that, and it's great having you in here. I saw your new video. Is that recent? It's amazing. Really great. Like I said before, I'm really jealous of your climate, because it's just amazing what you can grow there. 7:18, right? So yeah, the reason I said 8:18, because we had what's called spring forward here, which is the United States weird way of changing the time. So this morning, officially at like 2 a.m. I think, the time changed back. It changed forward an hour, which is weird. It's certain states actually don't do it. Here in Maryland and a lot of East Coast states, they do it. So technically it should be 2:19 right now, as of yesterday, but today it's really confusing. They changed it to 3:19. So until next fall, it's gonna be an hour forward, and then they change it an hour back to align more with like the sun, and like that, so that if the sun rises and sets at like, I guess, better times. But a lot of states are now considering stopping this. In certain states they don't have it, and I think in most other countries they don't have it, like in Ireland, I presume. So really weird, the time system here. So I had to reset my watch and everything, and we are ahead an hour now. Really? Is that right? You're Bismarck? I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. Did it get any protection? What killed it, I wonder? I'm so sorry to hear that. I mean, those are pretty I don't know. I mean, I would think they'd be able to survive in your climate. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know palms are cool. His Bismarckia are still hanging in there, and he's in probably a similar climate zone as you. Also probably pretty wet zone. He's in like the Charlotte, North Carolina area, so I'm guessing that's a similar climate zone as you. Maybe you're even a little warmer than him, but he has Bismarckia that have had trouble before. I'm so sorry to hear that. That's really unfortunate. Yep. Oh wow, is that right? Might be from all the wet weather. Yeah, because Bismarckia are dry climate palms. So yeah, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. They're such great palms, but yeah, unfortunately, that wet weather can really get to them. It's really unfortunate. Camel likes Coke, welcome. Excuse me, a camel who likes Coca-Cola. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining in. Just taking a walk into, I'm in Maryland right now, which is where I live, but I'm taking a walk into DC. We'll cross over just in a little bit to show you guys this palm I just discovered sort of in my neighborhood. It's across in DC, but DC is so close to my house. It's basically in my neighborhood, and these two Sabal minor and this Yucca rostrata, this one garden, they're nice old Sabal minor too, as well as the Yucca rostrata. So just Really cool. Cool to see. It's amazing how many more palms I've discovered just from, you know, because for those of you palm addicts out there, you guys understand what it's like going around and always looking for palms. Like my eyes are always looking for palms. Oftentimes, like I'll see a yucca and I'm like, oh, is that a palm? And it's just a Yucca filamentosa, because those things are everywhere here. But yeah, my eyes are always looking for palms. And I happened to upon the Sabal minor, actually not because I saw palms, but because I saw the Yucca rostrata. I went over and checked it out, and there are these two old Sabal minor growing beside it. So I'm gonna go show you guys that right now. Pretty neat. Nice old one, probably at least 20 years old, at least 15, 20 years. Maybe 15, but the ones at the Air and Space Museum, I think the older ones, not the natural, there's a lot of naturalized ones there too, but the older ones are probably, I'm guessing, I know the trachea is about 20 years old, so I'm guessing the older palms at the Air and Space Museum, the older Sabal minor and needle palm, 21 years now. Yeah, Southwest Island rainforest. Great idea. I think your climate has a lot of potential, which is awesome. I love Sabal minor, and I think it's really nice. Sabal palmetto, Sabal, other Sabal rosy. You probably grow most Sabals, honestly, with minimal protection. Banana Joe's climate. I think he's tried them, and they're not exactly full long-term palms there, but Euro definitely warmer than him. So I bet Sabal palmetto would do great there. And they, like I said, they are obviously warm climate, wet climate palms. So I think they would like it. Just say camel, will do. All right, yeah, camel's easier. Wow. Broke off after a month of germinating. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome. I really wish we could grow Sabal palmetto here, because they're so great, and they've been tried here. And the sad thing is, it's the exact same thing with Camerops. It's the same thing, I should say, in terms of that they can almost grow here but can't quite. Like occasionally we'll have that winter that just prevent those few days in winter. It's like 2 or 3 days that literally prevents Sabal palmetto and Camerops from being able to grow here. But it's for different reasons, obviously. Sabal palmetto is just not quite hardy enough, and Camerops is hardy enough probably, but just it's a dry climate palm, obviously. So our wet, cold winters probably wouldn't be too good for it. And people have grown them here. You know, I've been debating ever since I got my Camerops this past summer, or I think it was I think it was this past summer. I was been debating whether or not to plant it actually in the ground or wait till I move somewhere warm, which is a dream of mine. So I may plant my Camerops and then just dig it up eventually when I move somewhere. I still don't know. I mean, I could easily like prevent the moisture by putting a plastic bag over it and putting maybe some C9 Christmas lights or something over it. And that would probably protect it for all of winter, because I know some people that just do Christmas lights. Someone in Northern Virginia right near me has a Camerops, and that's what they do. And their Camerops has multiple trunks, and I think it's survived a couple winters here. So I might put it in the ground. I'm still debating that. I don't know. It's doing well in the pot, so we'll have to see. Is that right? Stream keeps freezing. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what that is. Hopefully my phone has good connection, but let me know if that keeps happening, or if the connection's really bad. It doesn't say anything out here. I don't know if it notifies me if the connection is really bad or what. But yeah, let's see this. Is that right, Dara? Great for wind. Yeah, if you're talking about Sabal palmetto, those are some of the most wind tolerant palms out there, because they grow right up against the ocean. They're so tough. They can take tons of exposure, just like coconuts. Coconuts are very wind, and like salt spray, they can take the oceanfront climate. So they are very wind tolerant. But yeah, that's the thing. Like Joe, he has a Sabal rosy eye on his island, which is beautiful, flawless. It's like 25 years old, but it's very slow growing, and it barely has a trunk. And that's a palm that can grow to like 80 feet tall. So yeah, at these northern latitudes, it is definitely just slower growing. But I think it's worth the investment. I would love to see how sables do there. You don't hear about sables in the British Isles as much. But someone posted a thread, I think I might have mentioned this last time, but an incredible thread on Palm Talk of the Washingtonia in mainly the London area, and it's amazing. Like, that London is pretty far south in the UK, but it's not that far south. It's very far north for where palms can grow, and there's huge Washingtonia there. It just blows my mind. And it's crazy because it's a pretty wet climate, generally speaking. Look at all the flowers here, by the way. They're crocuses. Beautiful. The ones in my yard aren't blooming yet, I don't think. But isn't that nice? Yeah, just in this past week, the flowers have come up in with the warm weather. I feel like every year they come up earlier and earlier. Yes, Dara, yeah, absolutely. They're bulletproof pretty much up and down the British Isles, with maybe the exception of the northernmost part of Scotland. But yeah, you see, I mean, huge ones in London, huge ones. I think there are definitely, I've seen pictures of big ones in Scotland, and I'm sure Ireland. I know Ireland has. I've definitely seen many pictures of them in Ireland. So yeah, they're such tough palms. I really love them. And then you go to the southern part of the UK, or probably the southern part of Ireland, which is probably the same way, where it's drier, almost like a Mediterranean climate. And then that's where they can grow faster, and they're just beautiful. It's amazing what you guys can grow there, so much further north than me, and yet you know, we're much lower hardiness zone than you guys. How's the weather? 74 Fahrenheit. 11. Yeah, it's 63 Fahrenheit right now. So not quite 74. That's amazing, but maybe it's gone up now. It might be 64 or 5, but I think that's like 17, 18 Celsius. So pretty warm. But again, it's kind of big temperature swings. It said it got down to 26 last night, or 29 in DC. That's kind of hard to believe, because I can't believe that. But maybe. I mean, that's like not far from the lowest we've had. So I don't know, but it's in the 60s right now, probably mid 60s. So it's really nice out. That's like, yeah, like 17, 18 Celsius, which is pretty nice. Dara, nice. That's good weather. 11 Celsius is not bad. Yeah, probably a camel who likes Coke. I'm assuming they are. I don't know of any other that can take that much exposure and you know, salt. Obviously, coconuts, people think of the word tolerant, and they think coconuts fall at the end of that category, but because they're not at all very cold tolerant, but they are definitely very salt and wind tolerant. So yeah, they probably are. So, the two most salt and wind tolerant in the world. Oh my gosh, Dara, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about your Washingtonia. I would think they'd be great there with but yeah, that can happen. I'm really sorry to hear that. It's really unfortunate. Yeah, well, I would say, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you want to keep trying them, but I mean, I think they have a lot of potential where you are. You see what they do in London. I mean, it's amazing. Yeah, sables are really hardy. Yeah, I know. A camel likes Coke. And it even said 26 for my local town. I have trouble believing that, and I don't know if that's the most reliable source, but it said that. I'm not actually sure if that's true. But yeah, it's weird. I went out last night and it felt really warm. I was out like decently late, like probably like 9 or something, or 10. So, and it was still probably in the upper 40s or 50. So I have trouble believing it dipped that much lower, but you never know. Yeah. I mean, I think winter's pretty much over. I've looked at the lows for forecast for the next like week or so, and nothing below like 34. So really nice, or 33 maybe, but still everything above freezing. My palms are doing well. Can't believe that the trackies have actually survived their first winter unprotected. I mean, that happens, but you hear about a lot of stories of them dying. The palms, I've made a video of at the library yesterday. Those died. Those did not die. They planted a needle, sable, and trackie, and the trackies all died there. So just goes to show you, not the most sheltered, but still a pretty sheltered spot. So yeah. Oh yeah, Dara, sure thing. Yeah, yeah. Exactly. It's the wet winter. That's the same with Joe. Like they could basically grow where Joe is if the winters were the same temperature, just dry. I mean, think about where they can grow, like in Albuquerque, which is really cold. But yeah. Unfortunately, the wet winter. It's just what prevents that. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, they could basically grow here if our winters we're like the same zone as Albuquerque, maybe even warmer. Most of Albuquerque's 7A, some 6B areas in the northern suburbs where there are huge Washingtonia. This is a 7A, 7B city. The National Mall area is 7B. So I mean, it's crazy. We could basically grow washies here if we were just a dry desert climate. But unfortunately, that's not the case. But hey, we've got some nice palms here, so. Wow, that'd be awesome. Growing a mango, yeah. They would never survive here, but I say go for it. And what's the hardiness of it? Are they 9A hardiness? Because that's that'd be interesting. Yeah, I bet you could get away with not too much protection, keeping it protected. So yeah, I would love to see that. Mangoes in South Carolina. Sorry, I gotta read your comment. Is that right? Yeah, 9B. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The winters are relatively dry, but unfortunately, like for us, it's just too cold for date palms. But yeah, it's awesome to see you planting them. I think I don't know who it is, but yeah, people definitely tried them there. I mean, there are some big ones, in southern South Carolina. So yeah, that's awesome. I love seeing palms expanding their ranges. It's really cool. Wow. Dara, is that right? Where are they? I think you might have told me this before, but I mean, I'm assuming you must protect those. Are they in pots, the cocos? Yeah, they're really tricky to grow inside, at least from what I know. I've never actually grown one inside, but because of the what happens with the mites and everything, they are definitely susceptible to that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Camel, that's exactly right. Yeah, they are not very frost hardy. I mean, they're native to really warm areas. So yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna need to give them some protection from that. But I mean, I bet you could, with surprisingly little protection, keep those things alive. Depends how much you're willing to invest in the protection. If you want to see them thrive or just keep them alive. All right. By the way, this is DC. This road, Western Avenue, splits the border between DC. So right down that road, right down there, that's the border. So, and by the way, there are height restrictions in DC. So all the buildings can only be a certain height. You can see how the buildings are taller there than here. Kind of interesting, but yeah, this is the DC border. It's Western Avenue. I see. Adara. That's awesome. Well, best of luck to your coconuts. Such great palms. And yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Camel, that's exactly right. I mean, look at coconuts, honestly. They could take some decently cold weather. You look at the records in Florida that are below freezing where coconuts doing well. I mean, below freezing is cold temperatures where it could snow and frost, but they just aren't frost tolerant really at all. So that's definitely right, yeah. Yeah. Sorry if it's a bit windy here. It's like a wind tunnel here. Oh, the wind gets channeled down the street. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, Dara, the most common that you'll find at like stores will be dwarf, Malayan coconut, Fiji, yeah. I don't know my coconut varieties that well, but I know the dwarf are definitely the most common kind. Like if you go to Florida, what's his name? The Palm Father. He's really great. Check out his channel, by the way. He did a video on why there aren't, you won't find as many like tall coconuts in Florida or South Florida, and it's because a lot of the ones you find are just, you know, bought, I guess like mass, I guess you could say like mass planted. A lot of them are dwarf, so they'll stay small, and yeah, that's the thing. There probably is at least one dwarf, yeah. Palm Nation, hey, great to see you. Polish sausage, who is that? I do not, welcome. All right, great to have you guys in here. Thanks for joining in. I'm just walking to see some dwarf palmetto and Yucca rostrata that I found the other day. I mean, there's plenty of that dwarf Yucca rostrata here, as I said, but the dwarf palmettos were nice finds. I'm just gonna go show you guys that. And this is DC, by the way. That tallest building at the end right there with the tower-looking building. That's Maryland. So I just crossed into DC and heading down here. Tin Tao. Yes. Bigfoot Squad made a video of him repeatedly saying that. What does that mean? What is the meaning behind this famous saying? I don't know why. Now Bigfoot's addicted to that saying. Camel, that's interesting. Yeah, camel, that's really interesting. I don't know. I would love to see that tried out. I don't know. My instinct would be to say, I don't know. My instinct would be like, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. I've never heard of that, but that'd be really interesting. I would love to see that. And we've got a lot of cherry blossoms here, so they could have a good chance of surviving here. I don't know. That's really interesting. Dara, oh yeah, I'm sure that's yeah, bananas in your climate. I'm sure that is a great climate for them. That's great to hear. They probably stay green all winter. Here the bananas just completely look terrible in winter. Just some Yucca filamentosa, probably the most weedy Yucca species of all. This thing is just all over. You can see this plant here at a bank. But I don't know. For those of you who don't know if Yucca filamentosa where you are, it's an interesting plant. There's a lot of it here. I honestly like it a lot, but I do like it a lot, but people think of it as kind of weedy because it kind of is. And I don't know, it's depends what you it all depends on how you view it. It's not invasive at all, not whatsoever. So I think it's pretty cool. I like all Yucca species really, so yeah. That is awesome, Dara. Yeah, your Phoenix canariensis looks good too. Obviously, those are pretty bulletproof in your climate, but I can't wait to see how that looks. I can't wait to see that thing grow up, and just such a great palm. I really wish we could grow it here. No pinning species that could really survive here. The closest one's probably like Butia, or maybe Jubea, or a hybrid, but those won't really survive here. Sandor, believe it or not, he said he went down to this town called North Beach, Maryland, which is basically the same latitude as DC. It's basically due east of DC. on the Chesapeake Bay, on the western shore of the Chesapeake Bay, where there's not as many towns there. He said he saw a bunch of trackies, needle palms, and butia, big ones actually, at this town, which is like an hour from DC. And again, not even south, the same latitude basically. So pretty interesting. I said I wanted to check it out. I really do. Canadian flag for any Canadians out there. A lot of Canadian flags here. There's a good amount of Canadian immigrants here, but yes. No, some nice palms on the west coast of Canada. I'm tired of people saying that palms can't grow there. No, Canada has some great climates for growing palms on the west coast. Yeah, I saw a few leaves snipped off the Phoenix canariensis, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, they're pretty much bulletproof here. Not here, there, where you are. And going into the dry season, yeah, cordy-lines. God, these cordy-lines are actually very common here, but they're mostly in pots and mostly brought inside in the winter. I've seen a few that are sort of in like, I guess like outdoor permanent pots. I don't know the success rate here. They're all over. People love having them in pots outside, but I haven't seen any long-term ones. Not really many trunking cordy. You'll see Torbay Dazzler, Red Star, and yeah, a lot of varieties, variegated varieties too. So yeah, they are pretty common just in pots. All right, Cam, that's a good question. I don't know. Remember when Benjamin, who's on Joe, for those of you who know him, he's trachycarpus hate for him. I think trachycarpus are unnecessarily hated. They are. I don't think any palm can be overused. They are more common in some areas, like for example, the west coast of Canada and Pacific Northwest of the United States. They are definitely so common, and other palms that would do just as well are not so common. So maybe I would like to see more of other palms there. But as far as trachycarpus go, I love them. And part of the reason I love them, part of everything that you love or hate is based on your climate. Speak of Sabal palmetto, because they have like basically any palm you want to grow will grow there in certain areas of Florida, and even in North Florida you have an incredible variety that Sabal palmetto are like. So people hate Sabals in Florida, whereas people, etc. So it really depends on where you are. Like the reason I love trackies is because I'm in DC, where there's sort of marginal plants, and we have a huge one at the Air and Space Museum, which is awesome. And every time I see that, that's so that's why I love it, because it's so cool to see. Now, yeah, I don't know. My least favorite palm, sorry. So I do not think it's trackies. I like trackies. I think they're unnecessarily hated. I really don't know. I'm inclined to say like maybe one of those tropical like vine lake palms. Even though those are actually pretty cool, I really don't know. Wow, look at that block of quartz there. Look at that. That's incredible. Dara, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like Joe, for instance, he loves needle palms because they do well in his climate, but there aren't a lot of big ones. Here, there are quite a few big ones, and they're the most common palm in the DC area, with Sabal minor possibly competing, but I think they're the most common. More Yucca filamentosa. You can see a lot, like probably every block at least has a Yucca filamentosa here. These are some pretty old ones, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I am inclined to say like a trunkless palm, but I don't know. I like Sabal minor. I like a lot of trunkless palms. Trunkless trachycarpus species. I'm forgetting the trunk. There's like one that only grows like 3 feet. I think it's pretty cool looking. So I don't know. I love all palms. Let me just say that. I love all palms. By far my favorite plants. Certainly no competition are palms. I just love them. And I'm glad to see them. Quite a few of them doing well here. So Nice Southern Magnolia. This is what a lot of, especially because you see these are like older neighborhoods with older houses. A lot of in these more historic district neighborhoods, they will have a lot of old Magnolia grandiflora, Southern Magnolia. So I like Southern Magnolia. I like most evergreens. Besides, like, I mean, maybe like yew or something. Some like bushy, shrubby evergreen. But yeah. I don't know what my least favorite palm is. Maybe it could be needle palm, simply for the fact that all palms I like more than it, but I still love needle palms. I don't know, maybe it is. They're very shrubby, so if you don't like shrubby palms and you prefer tree palms, then yeah, one could say needle palm. But if you trim away the dead leaves, they do have a kind of tree-like look when they get older. Sorry, that was a long conversation. Yeah, Palm Nation, they didn't. Sabal Palmetto does not do well. I remember there's one in Victoria that Joe took a video of that's protected, but yeah, they don't do well, and it's kind of surprising to me, honestly. I would think they would do better. Let's see the dry summers, or maybe it's the winters. I don't know. Wow, it's really muddy here. This is a hill where I've gone skiing. I'd say the best skiing hill in DC. So the high point is right over there. This looks like the high point because it is the highest point, I think, in DC, but it's a lot of this was built in the Civil War by the Union Army. I have a video. Check out my other channel if you guys haven't. The Mighty Southwest. A little advertising for my other channel there. But the Mighty Southwest, I have more random videos. I hope to post more palm videos. But I had a video of the DC High Point, sort of, which is over there. There's a plaque for it from the National Park Service. And this is artificially constructed land up here, or at least landscape. A lot of this is artificial, built during the Civil War. That tower's from the Civil War, the stone tower there. So, great skiing. I mean, imagine skiing down this. I hit a car once when I was skiing here when I was younger. But it was a parked car, thankfully. But I still cut my knee open. But yeah. All right, sorry, I'm gonna read. Palmettos grow like weeds. Yeah, exactly. And it also all depends on where you are. I mean, they really grow like weeds, almost up to Virginia, but they are more beloved, they're more northerly you get where they grow, I find. Palm Nation, well, that's awesome. Yeah, I wish I could say they were long-term, but they're really not. Yeah, Dara, yeah, keep coming. They don't really have that very tropical climate. But now I do like them. I don't know. See that tower though? That's the tallest structure in DC. That tower. Sorry, right there. Anyways, it's really windy up here. So that's Maryland over there. Most of those tall buildings are Maryland. That skyline over there is Virginia. And yeah, this is DC. So the highest point in DC is right near the Maryland border. Because it's like Zone 9A, you know, on the East Coast, Zone 9A East Coast. They'll be thriving, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you think about it. But there are other sables, like Sabal rosei, does it right there. I wonder if you plant a Sabal palmetto in that sheltered location, where this Sabal rosei is, if it would do as well. Sabal rosei, I can't imagine is hardier than palmetto. Maybe it is. I don't. Those are pretty pretty rare palms actually, so I don't know too much about them. That tower's from Civil War over there. We're getting close, guys, to the Sabal miners that are up here. Sabal miner. Oh yeah, the strong wind. Sorry about that. I'll get closer to the mic this time, but yeah. Sorry, the wind up there was crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I know that was really strong wind. It's been pretty windy all day, but that was really strong. Yeah, nice little grove up here. This is look at that dust storm up there. That's what happens. My old school, or they used to have these dust storms all the time. Look at the baseball field, just blows dust up, and then people get to people's eyes, and that's not enjoyable. So yeah. Oh, it's actually a tornado warning. I thought you guys were just joking about this. Yeah, no, wow, that's crazy. Is that right? I mean, it's like clear skies here, so. But yeah, tornadoes do happen in DC, much more common than the West Coast, but they're still pretty rare here compared to other places. That's crazy. There's a tornado for Richmond area? Well, I hope you guys stay safe. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it doesn't actually become a tornado. That's crazy. Camel. Sabal Lisa, yeah. Sabal Lisa is cool. That's a really interesting variety of. I saw that once, and I thought it was like a specific one palm that someone named Lisa. I was like, when I was like 10 or something, I read an article on it, and I'm like, what's this Lisa? And it turns out, no, it's a variety of Sabal palmetto. But yeah, it's really cool looking, really unique. I'm surprised. It's like Wagnerianus. It looks like its own species, but technically Wagnerianus is included within the genus, within the species of Fortunae. That's just a strange variety. But yeah, at least it's very unique looking. I wonder if it's hardier. I would love to try one here. Test its limits, zone push. Yeah. You know what, Palm Nation? That's exactly what I thought the first time I saw it. I was like, that really looks like a Sabal miner, but I just trusted Joe. Is that right? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I can't, it's almost I can't even fathom really. It's hard to believe that it's been growing for 25 years and these palms grow to 80 feet, which is really tall, and yet it has like no trunk. Yeah, it really just looks like an old trunking Sabal miner. I mean, you know, Joe should be, that's something to be proud of. I mean, a trunking Sabal miner is pretty awesome. But yeah, you guys should tell him. I mean, yeah, I misidentified palms, so yeah. This is the high point, by the way, in DC. Just taking a quick stop there, and the palm's just down there, like 3 blocks away. Campbell, yeah, well, Sabal palmetto at least is useful. Sabal miner does great in this climate, but yeah, even Sabal miner are slower growing in Joe's climate. But I love what he does. And did you guys see his palm reel yet? Phoenix canarensis. That's what I thought it was, honestly. At first it said lady palm just because I wanted it to be that, but yeah, Phoenix canarensis. That's awesome. I've been wanting him to try another one for a long time. So this is the I made a video on this on my other channel, the Mighty Southwest, but this is the DC High Point. Sun just started shining, which is nice. Placed by the National Park Service in 2007. Point Reno. So you can see that land is obviously higher, but that was artificially built during the Civil War. And that stone tower, same there. But yeah, the highest point in DC, you can see it goes down on all sides with the exception of that artificially built land. So kind of interesting right here. Almost looks like it's higher there, but 409 feet. Some people say 410 feet. I don't know if it's rounding or what, or if it's been remeasured or what. But 409 feet, yeah. Which is doesn't sound very high, but if you consider that DC is really small, and that DC starts at sea level at the Potomac River, which is like 1 or 2 miles away, that's pretty impressive, I guess. I mean, it's a really hilly city, just the hills aren't that big. Nice and hilly here. It's just yeah, camel. I know, it's unfortunate. Yeah, he's a really interesting climate with the like rainforest like winters, and then the Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe he was the horrible gardener. That poorly pruned it. You guys can hear me all right. His stable miner. Wow. God, that gust of wind is crazy. I bet the audio quality is just terrible when that happens. All right, wow, really windy. Yeah, yeah. Feels like Kansas out here. Caleb, yeah, really brave, yeah. It's tornado force winds. It's basically what it is. Wow, Dara, yeah, that shows. I mean, you definitely have a warmer climate than Joe, but yeah, he did get snow. I mean, he still has a lot of a warmer climate than me, so I'm kind of jealous. Yeah, I don't know. Most of his sable miners look good, but they're young, and all of their sables. His sable Kazarium looks good, but that's is it Causier? I think it's Causierum. Looks good, but that's obviously protected, so it doesn't really count. Yeah, they don't do as well as his climate as trackies. You know. All right, we got. You can hear the wind in the distance, like howling, but it's completely still here right now. All right, it's picking up a tiny bit. It's like eerie. It does feel like a tornado is about to hit. Like I can really hear it going between the buildings, but it's basically like still here. Camel. Yeah, I am on Jupiter, exactly. Yeah, Daryl, I bet. Yeah, your winters must be really mild. It's the main the regular. Too bad it doesn't help us out here. The Atlantic's giving all the warmth to you. No, it has to do with the mountains also. I know. We just need to construct an artificial mountain range somewhere north of us to keep the cold out. I think that's what humans need to devote their time to, not climate change. We need to build an artificial mountain range to make the East Coast a lot warmer and better for growing palms. That would benefit everyone. I think that's a pretty worthy project. Yeah, Palm Nation. I mean, that can be seen as a good or bad. For some palms, it's bad, but I mean, it's good in that what I like is he doesn't really have humidity in the summer. That's why when I want to move to the West Coast when I'm older, because I'm just the humidity here is terrible. Great for some palms, but for me, I just can't stand. The winters here are awful. The winters here are so humid. They get over 100 and humid. That's just really too humid for me. I don't know. Obviously, it could be a lot worse, but the humidity here, honestly, is like the deep south here in the summer. Just the winters are colder. Camel. I don't think the sable's wood fruit in his climate, especially considering most of them are younger and planted by him. So, yeah. Yeah, the wind is angry today. I know, it's the windiest day in a number of months, definitely. Crazy. Does it have because for me, obviously, it just sounds like, the breeze, but does it have like that, the classic, I don't even know what the term for it is, but that, that wind sound when you hear like in like a movie when the wind's gushing, it probably sounds like that. Yeah, exactly. Palm Nation, yeah. Well, you're in a place that gets a lot of humidity, so yeah. Yeah, Palm Nation, that's true. And then summer is obviously kind of killer because it's just hot and dry. So yeah. All right, I think the palms down here. Amazing how many yuccas are here. Filamentosa mostly. Is that right? Higher altitude. Yeah, I'm at like 340 or no, 380 feet at altitude, and then where I just was is 409 feet, as I showed you. Filamentosa there, all over. Look at the ivy here. See, Dara, it's native to where you are, but here in the States, we do not like ivy. Gardeners here hate ivy, English ivy, because the British introduced it here, and now it's just taken over. Not even just the East Coast, basically the entire continental U.S. Obviously with major exceptions. That's not really true, but the Great Plains have escaped it, basically. But here, anywhere Midwest, East Coast is really bad. The ivy's just taken over. Some nice flowers there. Beer can. Yeah, Palm Nation. That's what it's like. Certain days of the summer are over 100 and humid. It's just, oh, I do not like it. This is. Yeah, Camel, you're so lucky. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And here, it just gets cold. Wow, 560 feet. Is that right? We're like 380 feet, which is higher than most of DC. Yeah, Palm Nation, it's the same thing. Ivy and kudzu. I hate kudzu more, and it's just as big of a problem, if not more of a problem than ivy. Yeah. No, I hate kudzu. I really hate it. That may be my least favorite plant of all. I hate stinging nettles. I went to England once. Those things got stuck in my hand. That was awful. Stinging nettles hurt. Much worse than blotches, those little cactus spines, or stinging nettles. Those things hurt. Dara, I bet you probably have stinging nettles where you are. Those things are annoying, but I hate kudzu more. And stinging nettles also look ugly, kind of, but hey. All right, guys. Sorry, gonna. Cordyline John of Cordyline Bay. Welcome. Yeah, Camel, it's the same with me. I don't really like. I like the dry weather. I love the Southwest, the weather there, especially in certain areas where it's warmer and you can grow palms. Like St. George is awesome. Obviously Southern California, the dry weather is just what I love. The Mediterranean climate and desert climate, that's for me. I love it. Tornadoes coming back. All right, I can see the Yucca rostrata sticking out. That's how I noticed it, and I walked up to it. All right. Yeah, that's Cam. Well, that's lucky. We have. Let me look at this. Like garden after garden with ivy. Next garden is ivy. That garden is ivy. I don't know about that one. Some gardeners are good and actually clean it out, but I mean, it's really, yeah. I can't stand ivy. But you know what? It's actually not that ugly. It's just invasive and takes over and kills plants. Kudzu is really ugly, and it does the same thing, so I hate it much more. Yeah, a Cordyline John of Cordyline Bay is Brennan White. Yeah, Camel, that's the thing, is I used to really not like cacti, actually, because of the spines and everything, and I don't know, maybe, I thought they were kind of cool looking, but now I really like them. Sorry guys, don't want to get the political signs in there, but that might be a different yard. We will, anyways, here I am. Beautiful. Look at these things. Isn't that amazing? Sabal minor. So great. And I just stumbled upon these the other day, and they're basically in my neighborhood. You know, they're not really, but they're near my house. Yucca rostrata. I'm guessing these sabals and yucca are similar age. And look at the stalks on these. Amazing. I want to collect seed from these when they're just seeding. Yeah, Dara, thorns, do they, yeah. Yeah, camel, I know, I've seen them. Columbia, South Carolina, I saw a lot of kudzu. It's all over the South. Sorry, just reading your comments. Oh, are you, camel? Oh, yeah, you are. I'm forgetting where you're from now. You told me before, yeah. I love the desert climate. See, I'm from a wet, humid climate with cold winter, so I like the exact opposite of that. That's kind of how it works for me. Some people like their climate, some people don't. I do not. I prefer my top climate is not this. Yeah, Cordyline John of Cordyline Bay. I'm gonna stop referring to you as that. I'll just call you Bigfoot. Cordyline John of Cordyline Bay. If you're in Ireland, I want you. See, this is the thing. If you're in Ireland, I would love to see an actual video of Ireland. The videos I've seen clearly are taken in the U.S. You can tell from the style of the houses. I always look out for these things: the style of the house, the style of the leaves, everything, the trees, the species of trees that I've seen. Even though they're deciduous trees, they're white oak and etc. that do not grow in Ireland. Yeah, aren't those beautiful sable? It's incredible. See, this does look just look like the sable rosy eye on Salt Spring. I always thought it definitely looks like a sable miner. The ones on Salt Spring. I'm sure they are. Yeah, you know what, Camel, you're absolutely right. And Camel, you are a moderator now. I know how to do it. You just click on the name. You're absolutely right. I just added a moderator, so you feel free to delete comments, inappropriate comments. And yeah, sorry for the tornado. All right. Sorry, I'm just reading through your comments. Dara, you're a moderator now too. Anyone else who I know well, I will add as a moderator. All right, Palm Nation, I'm gonna add you as a moderator as well. Yeah, Camel, I would love to see that. Myrtle Beach. I've been wanting to go there for a while. Excuse me for the wind. Yeah, I would love to see that. Awesome. I can't wait. Yes, Dara, you're absolutely right. Yeah, exactly. Too brown to be Ireland. Ireland is too nice of a climate for that. Yeah, Palm Nation, I'm building a moderator army. I can't wait. I need Sandor to come in here. He's a good friend of mine. I need to make him a moderator. Wow, GD Gardens, is that right? 78. You know what? At GD Gardens, I'm making you a moderator too, because I know you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Sure thing, Dara. All right, Cordyline John, awesome. Great having you in here. All right. Yeah, there's no. I've yet to see an Irish flag on his channel, and I've watched his videos. Yeah, GD Gardens, awesome. I can't wait to see that. 80 and cloudy, wow. Jeez, you guys have so much heat. It's like I would imagine that it wouldn't be so much warmer than here, but it's like 60 something here today. It's like 63, and it's windy, so it feels colder. Look at this, the frond. I mean, isn't that amazing? How old do you guys think this is, by the way? The Yucca or I'm assuming that at least the sables are the same age because they're about the same size. The Yucca probably, I'm guessing, is similar to them. How old do you guys think they are? Yeah, Dara, I'm sure it's green. I mean, the grass is pretty green here. Some people use fertilizer. I don't think these people do, but I mean, like, this is obviously not native grass. The native grasses are mostly brown. Yeah, that's just what happens. Yeah, Camel, yeah, Piedmont. Well, you know, there's actually a surprising amount of palms that can grow in Piedmont, so. Someone posted a picture of Chattanooga palms. People probably think of a creep standing outside their house, but just admiring the palms. Yeah, someone posted a picture of a Bulgarian, Trachycarbis Bulgarian, that made it through like a really rough winter in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's amazing. That's like 800 feet elevation, something like that. and that's amazing. I was supposed to go to somewhere near there over spring break. I don't think I am. I think I might go to Virginia Beach over spring break. I may be going there. It's up to my family, but I will have to see. And obviously, you know what I'm going to be doing there. Tons of videos and live streams. And I'm going to go to that place in Virginia Beach where there's supposedly native Sabal minor, and there actually is one growing. I know where that is, and I need to go there and actually investigate. That is a great mystery. I now consider Sabal minor native. I used to consider it possibly like it was. I used to always consider it that it was native to Virginia Beach, but possibly extirpated, like removed and killed off. But now I consider it native. And it's, again, it is possible the specimens are naturalized, but they're pretty old to be naturalized from there. Those sables, yeah, Palm Nation, yeah, exactly. I don't know, but I wonder where they're from, actually. I want to ask the owner at some point. Camel, that's amazing. I really want to go to Charleston. That's one of my top places. Rain keeps it green, yep. It doesn't rain in like 2 weeks now, or at least a week and a half. It's amazing. It's been pretty dry. My camera ops hasn't had water in a while, because I brought it out like a week and a half ago, and it hadn't been watered for like a week and a half at least, and it still hasn't gotten water, but it's still doing well. So yes, Palm Nation, I saw that. Are you talking about the I think it's called Kingsport? Is Kingsport the city? Like, it's literally just south of the Virginia border. It's like 8 miles south of Virginia border. I saw that. That is incredible. Yeah, that palmetto. I need to know where that is. Someone needs to go on Google Maps and figure it out. I couldn't find it. I don't know where it is, but I need to find the exact location. I really want to see that. That is incredible. Yeah, Tennessee's weird. It's crazy. GD Gardens. Yeah. So same with us. You're in the Atlanta area, right? Excuse me, sorry. You're in Atlanta, right? Atlanta area, or northern Georgia. Charleston is 64. Wow, Charleston's like the same as here. That is incredible. It's amazing how the temperatures are on the East Coast. Look at the mountains and everything. Wow, Dara, that's awesome. Yeah, same. I haven't watered my trackies in months because the rain and snow melt does that. We haven't got much snow though, so. Look at that. Let's put my hat here. Got my California hat. California is amazing. If you guys have never been to California, you got to make the trip out there sometime. I've been to southern and northern. I've been to the LA area and the San Francisco Bay Area, and both areas are full of palms. I remember when I went to San Francisco, I went there when I was like 4 or something like that, and then I went there when I was, I think, 11 or 12, and that was like right before I sort of really got into palms. I think I got into palms when I was 13 or 14, and I remember seeing all the palms. I love palms back then too. I just didn't know the species, and I remember seeing them, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I took pictures of all the palms, mostly Phoenix canariensis, huge ones, washies, huge ones, some jubea. I remember seeing them there. I didn't know the species at the time. I was like 11 or 12, but I remember that. It's just incredible what grows there. And I love California because you've got hardy palms. You got like Northern California areas where it gets very like hardy palm growing, and then you have other areas where it's obviously just extremely warm and you can grow coconuts. It's amazing. Cumberland Plateau. Okay, I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of. Yucca has a tornado on it. Palm Nation. I've never been to Camel. Yeah, you have to. I've been to Portland, Seattle, Olympic National Park, and parts of California, and I loved them all. And I didn't see any palms in Portland and Seattle because I wasn't looking for them. I'm sure I did see palms, I just wasn't looking for them because I was like 8, and I didn't really know they could grow there. But yeah, I've known about palms in the DC area. Surprisingly, I've known about the ones at the Air and Space Museum, and the other one, the old ones at the Natural History Museum before I learned that those trackies died. I've known about them since I was like 10, and I was like, that's awesome, and I want to see them, and I never got around to seeing them until I don't think I saw the trachea at the Air and Space Museum until I was like 13, which is kind of weird, or maybe 14, I don't know. I think I was 13 maybe. Anyways, look at these beautiful sables. So they cut the stalk off there. Wow, tornado. Jeez. They cut the stalk off there, you can see. But just beautiful. I mean, look at my hand next to this thing. It's just incredible. These are such nice sables. Wait a second. I didn't even notice that. Is there another sable back? I think there would be a third sable. No. It's another Yucca rostrata, I think. It almost looks like a cordyline. You see that? Do you guys see that in there? See that? See, that almost looks like a cordyline. It's not a Yucca rostrata, though. Almost looks naturalized. Amazing. Anyways, I'm just going to do a little loop around here, and then I'll come back to the palms, and then I'll head back home. All right, let's read these comments. Yep, Pacific Ocean's awesome. Recommend it. I want to go to the Pacific Islands, but even just the Pacific coast of North America is just incredible. And it's amazing that even palms can grow in Alaska. It's crazy. They're like long-term in like Ketchikan, Alaska. Because Sitka is not even the southernmost point, and they grew there for like 14 years or something, or 15 until they finally died. There were 2 trackies there, I think, or at least 1. Yeah, it's crazy. I want to go there and plant some palms. I can't. I think that more people need to plant them there. The thing about the coast of Alaska, the Panhandle, is great for palms. It's just the reason that there aren't many there, or any really, is because there's not a lot of people there. So it's all about population. If you look at the really interesting map, I don't have it with me, but there's a really interesting map. I can post it if you guys want, of naturalized and native palm distribution. And it's amazing how naturalized palm distribution directly correlates with areas with like large populations where people have brought palms for a little while. Like if you go to like the Amazon, at least the eastern Amazon, the western Amazon, where not a lot of people live, the Amazon rainforest, that's like the highest diversity of palms pretty much anywhere on Earth, and there are no naturalized palms in certain. It's actually not California. California's not the best example. You go to like Florida or Hawaii, or where else? Like Northern Africa, maybe, Mexico, and other areas with large population densities, and there are naturalized palms everywhere. So it's amazing how it correlates. So I forget actually what I was going to say, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. There's this great map, incredible map that shows if you look up naturalized and native palm distribution map. And I have it printed out, and it's awesome. It's like my palm Bible. Trachycarpus pushing 3 new fronds. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, my Trachycarpus has, both of my trackies have, or one of them has put out a new frond that was sort of like a spear when I got it, and now it's open one. And then the other one had a frond that was like sort of new, and it looks a little crisp, but both my trackies are doing well. The leaves are just sort of torn up. Look at this, they cut the stalk off of this. It's amazing. look at the steepness of the hill with the yucca growing on it. It's sort of like naturalized almost in a lot of areas. But just awesome. I love yucca. Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean are 2 oceans I've never seen. Yeah, same. I've never, it's exactly the same for me. I've never seen Antarctic and Southern, if that is actually included as an ocean. And then there's also seas. Yeah. I've never seen the Indian Ocean. I've seen the Pacific, obviously. I had a Trachycarpus seedling with a... Wow, Palm Nation. That's awesome. Well, yeah, this pests are chewing on... Yeah, I think someone might have been chewing on my trachy leaves. I don't know what tore them up. Might have been the ice, but yeah, leaves got sort of torn up. But the palms are doing well, nice and green. That's cool. I had a Trachycarpus seedling. They are invasive. Are you talking about filamentosa? Dara? Yeah, I mean, here they're not really invasive. They're just naturalized. In the Midwest, by the way, like in rural Ohio, where my dad's from. He's not from rural Ohio, but from Ohio. I've driven through rural Ohio and Indiana, and like basically every farm has Yucca filamentosa out in front. It's so weird. They are literally subtropical plants growing in the Midwest, naturalized in the Midwest. I mean, they are subtropical plants, and they have naturalized in the Midwest. It's so crazy. They must be one of the most cold-hardy subtropical plants. They can grow in southern Ontario and Yeah, they are, I mean, they're weedy. I don't know if they're exactly invasive, but yeah. Oh, you said they're massive. Dara, sorry, I thought you said invasive. Yes, they are massive. Filamentous is not the biggest species, obviously, but if I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but yeah, they can get big. April Lunata. Hello from Canberra, Australia. Oh, wow. Thank you. Yeah, I've never seen you before. Welcome to my live stream. I just walking to see some local palms here in the DC area. I'm actually in Washington DC right now, the U.S. capital, and yeah, pretty nice day here. Canberra, Australia. I'm jealous of your climate. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Yeah, pretty much all my videos are DC area, but you guys have such a great climate. Pretty much all of mainland Australia, and pretty much all of the Australian continent is amazing for growing palms, and I'm jealous. Bet there are lots of palms where you are. Here, Trachycarpus are getting taller. Is that right? Awesome, Dara. Yeah, your trackies look good. I saw a video of them. Spanish dagger and Yucca. Awesome. Thank you. Palm Nation, I trust you. And you know how I know? Because none of you said the word Bigfoot, and all you said is here he goes pretending to be someone else, and immediately the person said nothing to do with that Bigfoot kid. So no one said the word Bigfoot, and yet April already knew the name Bigfoot. So yeah, Bigfoot, if you're still listening, I really people are getting tired of this, and once you started being honest, everyone loved it. I just wish you'd continue that. And that was awesome when you made those videos admitting your climate and everything. But now, yeah, look, if you want to keep a Lele Atoll going and admit it's fake, but just keep the legend going, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start creating fake channels, it is kind of annoying because I don't know who's real and who's fake, and I like to believe everyone's real. You know, I love hearing from people that are actually in these climates, but it does get kind of annoying. So I wish you'd just go back to your other channel where you're being honest about your climate, because that was actually really cool. Trachycarpus, Spanish dagger. Yeah, sorry, that's awesome. Yeah, Spanish daggers all over here. Yucca folifera, I don't know if I've ever seen it here, but I don't even know the hardiness of it. It's amazing how the hardiness varies on yucca. Most of them are pretty hardy though. Isn't this just incredible? Stable minor. I'll look to see if there are any seedlings here. I don't see any. Cool to see that that other yucca back there. Oh, what do you know? There are Sabal minor seedlings back there. You guys see that? You see some seedlings down there? So this has seeded. This is self-seeded, naturalized in this garden bed. Amazing. I'm so happy to see that. All right, guys, I'm gonna head back now, but just get your last look at this. Yes, Dara, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah, it's amazing how no one even mentioned Bigfoot, and automatically that person said Bigfoot. Already that's really suspicious. So, yep. I trust you guys. You guys obviously have the right to kick anyone off if you want. So, yeah, beautiful. Anyways, yeah. Obviously the Yucca rostrata are common, but these Sabal minor right near my house, never knew about them. So awesome. I mean, look at the fronds on this. Amazing, amazing. And again, a new spear recently opened up here. And look at all the new spears in there. Look at that thing. Oh, nice and firm. Perfect. This spear feels perfect, yeah. And then look at this new leaf opening up. And the stalks on it. Anyways, I'm gonna head back. But isn't this awesome? More and more palms here in the DC area that are obviously not even newly planted, just that I'm discovering. So who knows? Maybe I'll find enough palms to myself consider palms truly common in the DC area. But I consider Virginia Beach area, possibly Cape Charles, Virginia, the northernmost place that palms are actually common on the East Coast. That's just my definition. But I don't know. There are obviously palms far north of here, far north of Virginia Beach at least, and lots of palms here. So there's a good amount of palms here, just not exactly common. And if you're not really looking out for them. You're not going to really see them, maybe, I don't know. Whereas in Virginia Beach, they're just everywhere, basically every block. So yeah, and some blocks have palms in basically every yard. So wow, -10 Celsius, is that right? Okay. Then I'm sure it could grow here. But the I mean, I don't know, it's probably, I shouldn't say that. That -10 Celsius is obviously foliferous much hardier, so I don't know, maybe it might need a little winter protection, but I think Yucca is just awesome. I need to get a filamentosa, excuse me, and they're so common around here that I could literally just yank one out of the ground and put it in my yard. But I really want one. They're awesome. So I still need an actual Sabal minor needle palm. I only have a Sabal minor seedling. Wow. Look at that car. That's a nice one. Wow. God, the gusts here are crazy. Yeah, I still need a big Sabal minor. I've been wanting one, and I want a needle palm. Neither of which I have, which is unfortunate. Dara, is that right? Yeah, there's old cars aren't really a thing here, not like Havana, Cuba or anything, but there's a good amount of old cars around here, I guess. A lot of like Mercedes-Benz and, you know, durable cars, like that one back there. I have no idea what kind of car that was, but yeah. Right, sorry, I'm pretty sure, oh. Hey. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, just getting through that gust. Sorry, I see your comment, Plum Nation. Yeah, is that right? I've seen him commenting on my videos before. The thing is, I always respond sincerely, obviously, because I don't want to assume anyone's a troll or is who you know who. But that's kind of interesting. It's a little strange, and suspicious. Yeah, my favorite old one is Ford Escort. I don't even know what that is, Dara. Yeah, I'm really bad with cars, but that's awesome. Yeah, Ford is some nice cars. Obviously, the Thunderbird back in the 50s. That's a nice one. But yeah, it's interesting how Havana, Cuba has so many old cars, and a lot of them are like American cars because the U.S. used to control Cuba for like a brief period before Cuban independence. I don't know why there's so many American cars in Cuba, but I guess they just imported a lot afterwards. Because Cuba and the U.S. had strong relations until the Cuban Revolution, obviously in the 50s, late 50s. So I guess there's a big car trade, and a lot of Cubans bought American cars. So now if you go to Cuba, you'll see a lot of old cars from the 50s in Havana, which is interesting. I really want to go there. Lots of palms there. Wow, look at that. So it's flying a kite up there. Anyways, that was a neat palm. Cool to see it. Sorry, I hope my audio is still okay. Anyways, you guys know there's that video I made of the seedlings. So those seedlings, I got a bunch of seedlings from the Air and Space Museum. You know, sort of thinning out the seedlings because the gardeners usually rip them out, and there were a lot of fresh ones. I planted them in the ground, and I only saw a few of them, but they were dead. They were already dead. I don't know if it was lack of water or transplant shock or just poor I didn't put them in any nice soil, but they were growing in pretty poor soil already. I don't know. I mean, they were growing in a garden bed. I just stuck the seedlings in the ground at my local park, and things are not looking good. I mean, they're just seedlings, so it's not a huge loss, but still, quite a few of them are crisp, and you know that look when a seedling's thinned out and it's just like dried out. So I don't know what to do. Yeah, I can see that. Wow. All right, Palm Nation, is that right? Awesome. Yeah. Chevys are good cars. Wow. God, it's really windy. All right, Dara, thank you so much for joining in. I think I'm going to end the live stream in just a second. But it's great having you guys in here. Thank you so much for joining in from Ireland. It's great having you here, and take care. Yeah, have a good one. See you on the next live stream. And hopefully I want to try to join in one of your live streams. Maybe I'll go for like 3 more minutes and just end it up the street up here. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. It was great walk, just a great way to spend the afternoon. Thank you so much, and yeah, thanks for watching, folks. It was awesome. Great going to see those palms. Take care, everyone, and have a good one.